Yo, what's going on, guys? We are here. We were just watching the YCS Anaheim live stream, and out of nowhere, they decided to drop the ban list. So we are here to talk about it. I am once again joined by Nick and Vince as normal. You guys can say hi.
Hello.
I'm gonna actually put my headphones on in a minute, so this sounds a little bit better. But yeah. Overall, this was absolutely crazy. I hope that they do this every single time a ban list drops because yeah, I think it would just be much better. It's way more exciting. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on just that? I guess.
It's cool. I definitely like how they made it like a WWE backstage kind of thing, where they kept hinting back at what was coming. They built the anticipation. Definitely adds to it. Even if it was the most boring list in the world, it would still get more attention. You know, I'm not saying this was. I'm not even saying this was. I'm just saying like
It's a
if
list.
theoretically it had a bad list, like it would just be still cooler than they've ever done.
It just makes it
Yeah, I
exciting.
like it.
It's not just like you're waiting, looking at a website, hitting the refresh button all the time, or waiting for an update. Like it's exciting, like the way
Yeah.
that they presented it. With, I mean, even Jerome with the where's the
With the
Jerome
glasses.
picture? The Jerome.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at
that.
Yeah,
this
so
is
I
so
guess
good.
You know they probably
If Konami's
fought hell.
watching, yeah.
You know they
this is
probably
great.
fought hell to have this done too, just to have something because I know they were complaining the last time that they didn't have a list for a long time, no communication.
Yeah.
So this was like probably like nice to have, like to be like, look, here it is. Here's the list. And also, it's before Christmas, so they probably just want to get it out there and then don't have to worry about it till like they can just go on vacation. And
Now I wonder, he didn't give a date as to when the next one is, right?
No, it was
Or at
just
least
tomorrow.
we didn't stay to hear it. I don't know.
No.
no.
Just this is effective tomorrow, December 9th. That's all.
Okay.
So overall, positive that they did it at events now. I hope they continue to do this consistently because this is awesome. This is great.
You also get feedback. You get live feedback on the cards getting hit,
That's
which
true.
is like kind of cool. So they get the crowd reactions to certain things.
So, we could almost go through and go, what was our live feedback as he listed these cards? I will redo what my reaction was to each one.
It's true. Very true. Okay, so we'll go over the stuff. I think a lot of the unlimited stuff really matter too much. Like Dragon Rulers, I think we're all just in agreement that that's just nothing
Yeah,
burger.
Whatever. Yeah,
We're
because you have
clearing up,
10.
we're clearing up space. We have them all on all the babies. Everything's legal.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Pancratops, I think, is cool. That's like we haven't had that back in a long time.
It's cool. It's not even played at 2 though. But yeah, it's cool. I guess better to have the option than not. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not? It doesn't feel oppressive. We have Fenrir, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as
I think it's fine. Yeah, it's like if it was good at 2, people would be playing it.
Luna Light Tiger. Do you think there's a chance that we get anything with that card?
That's the pendulum that revives from grave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not once per turn revive, and then if you pop it, it also revives. So
that's whatever.
Yeah,
it's a cool card.
At this point in the game, it's cool. It's a couple years too old now.
The only thing there's like a rank 4 Ryziel Luna Light deck where you're pumping out.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Actually,
stuff like those.
Maybe I'm sure somebody will try it.
This is probably the most interesting one. I think is Airlifter being back at 3 already, like very quickly, like reasonably quickly.
Was that at 1 before?
It was at 1.
It went from 1.
Okay.
No, is that 2?
I think
it
went from 1 to 2 to 3. It went like really weird.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
I could be wrong, but
I will say I think that one doesn't really matter as much considering another hit on the list.
Yeah.
I think that they probably moved it because of that other hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they loosened up the strings on Rescue Ace specifically.
Yeah. Colossus and Id, I don't know.
Yeah, they're just nothing burgers.
Like
If
whatever.
you're playing them, you're playing like one of each anyway, in whatever respective deck that they're in. So kind of whatever. And
Let's put them to 3, whatever.
And opening of the Spirit Gates. I think this is the most weirdest one. Being back at 3
for the hit that's coming up later.
I gotta say, like for the hit that's coming up later, actually, is the deck in a better or worse spot? I guess we'll talk about it when we get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about more when we get to the other card. But yeah, I think this is. I mean, it's fine. Not really much to talk about here besides the opening, I would say, but that's going to go and ties to something else later. Semi-limited. I'm happy that they are bringing back some of these like old GOAT cards that have been hit for so long, like Cyberjar.
Yeah, Cyberjar could just be a 3 probably.
I mean, this card's funky though. This is like a reveal top 5. It is a
It's a
crazy
pretty
card.
powerful card.
It's
Yeah.
an insane card still. So we'll see.
It's a board wipe. Board wipe. It's a board wipe.
What's
You wanna think of
the
that way?
the freaking deck? I forgot the deck's name already. Mimical. I was gonna say.
Mimical can run double Cyberjar with Maker.
Oh
50,
god.
50 shot, but you know,
Ugh,
Different
jeez.
names.
it does pull it out of the deck
Yeah.
for what's worth.
What a mess. What a mess of cards.
These semis are actually a little bit more interesting than I gave them credit for.
I think the
I'm looking
dangers
at
are
them.
interesting because
Yeah.
I think Dark World is like not awful, and we do know most likely that Dark World is getting support in the future as well.
Right. So, would you be playing 2 of each of those cards in Dark World?
I would. I think
I probably would as well.
mostly because of Tsuchinoko. That's the reason I was playing a multiple in my Dark World deck because of Haggard Wizardos for the extra draws. It's just free. You know,
Oh yeah, now you're just going to see
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah,
you commit nothing now, and as well as Jackalope being the beast for the Burfamit for that line. Like there was a lot of good stuff for it. These are the 2 dangers that actually mattered.
But what did you do? You went Burfamit Send Grapha or something like that?
Yeah, you can go
To
Burfamit
fix
and send the Grapha if you
Yeah.
need it.
That's
So
cool.
like if you just have Ascension without Grapha, you still have a line if you have Jackalope still.
More dangers just makes it for, again, it feels kind of like a Pankratops to 3 kind of thing, but better. It's like an engine based thing more
Yeah,
than Pank is. But it feels like that kind of thing. It's like, oh, here's like another engine you could try in a deck, and it's better than it is.
It is just one of those things that can get out of hand really quickly, though. So it's like kind of important to keep in mind. They are level 3s. Maybe there's some support for like Goblin Biker too, for whatever reason.
Just to spit them out.
Yeah.
I mean, like Tsuchinoko is guaranteed to summon.
Mm-hmm. It was dangerous,
I mean,
Jackalope.
Yeah, Jackalope.
Jackalope basically is as long as you have a Suchi in the deck. At that point.
So I mean,
play like 2 Suchi, 1 Jackalope or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they're fine. I don't think anyone's doing anything too crazy right now, especially with how much like Molcharmies and Droll is being played right now. So it's like no one's doing too crazy combo stuff. Everyone's playing very mid range.
Mm-hmm.
What about Ava to 2? Was that at 1?
That was at 1.
It was at 1.
Okay, Ben 10's at 3?
Yes, and Harold is at 3.
Okay, what? Like, there's no limiting thing on this now, right? Like, they just kind of started easing all that off.
Yeah, they played 2 Ava before, didn't they? It was always 2 Ava and Drytron.
Way back, right?
Yeah,
it was always 2. Yeah,
and they could search itself, right?
No, you just get Diviner, I think, and Harold.
I thought you could search an Ava off of itself and then discard it to like orange. I'm gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up.
I wasn't a Drytron player. I did not like Drytron. Sorry for any Drytron fans.
Add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairies with different names from deck to hand.
Oh, so I can't get it up.
Yeah, but I assume different names among the ones that are being added.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think you added an Ava and an orange light, and then you pitched them both the next turn, and then you activated the Ava again to add another orange light.
Yeah, you had a lot going for you in that one. So that's another. We look at a little fairy engine coming our way again. That's
Yay!
Not fun.
Yeah.
Okay. What about monkey board to 2?
That's like a do nothing. I think.
That's nothing.
It's gonna do nothing.
If it's not,
it's nice to have it at 2. I don't know.
Yeah, like it's fine. If it's not Electromite, it's probably not going to do anything, right? That seems to be the.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for it to like not even matter if it's Electromite.
I just don't want. I'm fine. I don't like Pendulum. Keep Pendulum away from me. I don't want it coming.
Electromite 2 Pendulum monsters or 2 monsters including a Pendulum?
I'm not sure to be honest.
I don't know. I'll go look it up. I'm quizzing you guys on all this.
I don't want them. I don't want that. We played those formats. They were passed, and I didn't enjoy Pendulum formats, so I don't want them here.
2 Pendulum monsters.
I didn't enjoy Drytron format either. I don't want Ava back either.
Yeah.
I think Drytron has enough counters now.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I feel like it's like Fualos and Droll and Bistials.
Droll, Bistials are like definitely
yeah, both Molcharmies actually.
They hurt so much.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there that
overall
Drytron.
I don't think these are going to do anything too substantial right now, at least. I think our format's already so defined from where we're at. Like, none of these matter, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe at the end we can talk about what wasn't hit that maybe we hope for. Okay, we're going to limited. Let's do it.
Yeah, limited.
This is where it starts to matter a little more.
Yeah, stuff gets substantial. So I'll start with Tenpai Dragon getting absolutely mollywopped on this list. Thank God. Chandra to 1, Kaiman to 1, and Senga and Summoning is at 1 now. That deck has to be dead.
They set that guy up to be the villain in the YCS story right there.
Yes.
It totally did right here.
Yes. Like we just do not. Tenpai is. I said it when it came out. It is just a not fun experience. It is just they are killing you or they are not killing you, and it's just so unfun. It's just such an unenjoyable deck.
And it was super annoying playing against it because even if they couldn't kill you, it was just they can just do the whole thing again on the next turn.
If you don't kill them, it puts you on. You have to
kill
them.
them. Yeah, it puts them. Yeah, you better kill them. And
yeah, I'm fine with this. It's like good riddance.
Yeah, these putting these 2-1 makes it so they have one shot. They
will say they have one chance. Their consistency is so much lower now between like all three of the hits that have happened, like or four, I guess, right? Prosperity, Summoning, Kaiman, Chandra, all to one. That's like 8 cards just yanked off the consistency list there.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Before they were immaculate, we talked about this. They're like 20 like starter extenders or something. Now they're like what, 12, 13. Like they're down to the range of your typical deck.
Now. It's crazy. That's like the crazy thing to say. They're down to a normal deck now. I mean, like, is the deck still playable? Probably. They can play 3 Genroku, but like getting the Chandra is so much harder now because that is the level 4. That's the guy.
Those moments where you interact with the one Chandra, it's over now.
That's your tuner. That's the tuner.
Yeah, if you like SP1 a Chandra, like they're done. Also, not having one Kaiman now, it's like that Hydra search is so important.
Yeah, well, you get one Kaiman, one Summoning. One thing I will say as a side note, I was hoping that Kaiman in the long run would stand as a card that could, because Tenpai is like support for fire dragons in a lot of ways, just as much as it is for Tenpais. Like there are some Tenpai centric effects like Genroku, but if you read them, like a lot of their effects are just like summon a fire dragon out of deck, add a fire dragon from deck to hand, then you can summon a fire dragon from here. So if there ever becomes a fire dragon archetype in the future, like they could utilize these cards. Kaiman to 1 kind of stinks a little bit. It's like it's a starter extender maybe for something. I know I mentioned that about like Kitchen Dragon Maid. You know, you can go search Kitchen, I guess, or something, and then I don't know. It probably does nothing, to be honest. But
we still play it in a Dragon Maid deck. It's still
I guess you can go like start a battle phase, Kaiman, summon Kitchen effects, Kitchen effect pullback, summon. I don't know. I'm not a Dragon Maid player.
I mean,
go ask the Oracle.
It's probably worth. It's for the Oracle. It's probably worth. It's probably still worth playing it. I would say the Kaiman in that deck at least, but I think it's for the greater good to.
Oh yeah. That's why I said at the beginning, like
to the abyss. Get it out of here, dude. No one wants this.
Goodbye.
Phantom.
Okay.
Going towards Ubel direction. With the opening of the Spirit Gates going back to 3, I've been saying Phantom should be at 1 for God knows how long. Like this thing.
I think it's a common feeling.
Playing around a hand trap, and then even if you bait it out, they can just make another one because it sets up the next one. Was so
yeah, that seems to be less good. Do you think that they are going to be able to? I mean, they have to have Throne, right, to get it back into the extra deck.
Yeah.
And then they can't use Throne for other effects and stuff. And
you can also like Soul of Rage it back to your extra deck too, if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, so I feel like they could still make use of 1. Which is why I was going to ask earlier, but I wanted to wait for this. Like, do you think the deck is better or worse with 1 Phantom but 3 Spirit Gates?
It's probably worse.
It's worse. It's 100% worse.
I've played, like my limited Ubel play. I've like made 3 Phantom like multiple times, and it's just like
you made more than 1 Phantom in the same turn. I mean, I know I've watched replays where I know that matters.
A lot of times you need the Throne effect to like do something else, or you need the Rage to add something else. Like, you can't be using.
Or you don't even have Throne. You know.
Yeah. You can't be using these cards on Phantom to get it back to then summon Phantom again. You just can't.
Right. If you're doing that, that means the board is less good. So it going to 1 does actually hit like the combo potential of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And also the resiliency of the deck, right? It's like if I summon Phantom, I use it. It's like I'm probably not summoning another one this turn.
But it's still important to know it's still really good. Like you can still do all of the normal Ubel stuff.
Yeah.
The M board's the same. You actually do it better now because of Gates being at 3. It's just like the long game, right? It's like if this game lasts longer than a couple turns, these Phantoms start hurting a lot. And the problem
not having 3 of them or 2 of them,
and we're in such a hand trap heavy format where like 1 Phantom is just probably not going to cut it.
And even like those awkward hands where you need to make Phantom early, just use as a body, you can't even like that super sucks now.
I mean, that was the worst. I hated that was the worst part when my opponent made a Phantom, linked it off, and then they made another Phantom later. I was like, dude, Like
Like,
what?
right, that kind of stuff can't happen now, really, or it can't happen
Yeah,
nearly
now
as
it can happen.
easily.
Yeah, that was super toxic. I hated that, and I'm happy it's gone, to say the least.
All right,
But
that's fine. I
I'm happy
think I
Ubel's
agree.
still a deck though. Like it's not like destroyed. Like Ubel's still playable. It's fine.
So what about this last one here? What do we?
This does nothing.
What is this?
Can you hype this up a little bit? I have no idea why. This is like absolute blind.
Rats at 1, right?
He's yeah, like Rats at 1, Brawl Balls banned, Dryden's banned.
It's like Barrage is a 1-card moon. I guess.
Is it?
Like,
Like,
it is, right?
Okay. You can get Chalk a 9.
Yeah. It's not even a 1-card moon actually, because Rat doesn't send on special.
You can't even detach anything.
You can't detach. Yeah, there's nothing in the grade to target. Yeah,
terrible.
Rat's only on normal summon, right?
This is like terrible.
Yeah, I don't understand what this is doing. So
it's on normal summon. It's got normal summon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is awful. No one cares. He said, I hate the way he say it too. He said Zodiac Blue. I was like, if he says Brawl right
like,
now, shotgunning
it's like
TCG
Brawl,
players so
Dryden, let's go.
Any
you know,
of those,
like,
but it was
I thought he was going to say Dryden.
I thought it was, he said B, and I'm like, oh, it's Brawl Bull. Like, Brawl Bull's back. Let's go.
Come on,
But this is the Nothing Burger one. It goes into the
yeah.
nothingness again.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is kind of
okay.
Important.
I don't understand what we're doing on some of these, but yeah, this is Konami.
They decided to ban the floodgate cards instead of Albion.
Both of these are still for the draft.
That's what that is.
Where are they getting their info from though? It's like, did they go back 2 years and ask people?
The stream. It really got like 2 YCSs ago. They they were just puppet locking each other left and right. That was fucking great. That was great.
I don't know. I think that the people in the stream need to freaking. Yeah, well, I care.
Demonetized, I get demonetized.
Demonetized, what are we doing? This isn't even relevant anymore. Fan Fusion's at 1. The deck went to sleep. Who cares? I don't know.
The runic stun hit, so they can't normal Jowgen.
It's just like I don't know. I'm not saying I disagree with the hits. It's just like I look at the list as sort of like political capital. It's like you only have so much capital. Like you only have so many points. Yeah, like imagine you have points to spend in a talent tree or something. It's like you have 3 forbidden points you can spend, and they're like, yeah, we'll spend it in Gimmick Puppet Nightmare and Jowgen. You're like, you're crazy. I don't know, why are you spending points in those? These are like
Bonfire, DML Star, and One are shaking in their boots over there.
Hello, yeah, and they just take the dart and throw it in their own eye. I'm like, whatever. It's not the end of the world. It's really not that bad.
Realistically, Brandon was kind of done anyway. It was cooked.
That's what I mean.
Impulse cooked it. Ash still cooks it. Molcharmi's cooking. Everything just cooks it.
It's also just randomly not toxic anymore because you can't. It was just toxic. Every time I played it, it was just like
it's always going for puppet.
They're trying to give a puppet. Maybe not trying to actually play the game, and it was okay, well.
My problem is there's still other cards that you can use. These were just Jowgen wasn't the next best one in my opinion.
My friend was just saying Ra's Disciple.
There's Ra's Disciple, there's DD Cerberus, there's Lido. There's a million cards that you could use. Puppet was just the best one. It met every requirement that needed to be. It's toxic still. Point is ban the dragon, and then you wouldn't have to ban these random cards because I'm sure there's a Gimmick Puppet player somewhere crying because he can't play his Gimmick Puppet Nightmare anymore.
They even play that in Gimmick Puppet?
Does it even do anything?
No. I think they just relished in someone puppeting them during the Nats format.
Yeah, they're like, yes, they gave me a body.
The Brandon player smugly looking at them gotcha, and you're like, all right, so summon Little Soldier, and huh.
It's the classic time when both players think they've won.
Yes, it's that moment. I love it.
The last card that's probably the most relevant one out of all of them is Original Sinful Spoil Snake Eye, I guess.
Okay.
I'm surprised they banned that one. I'm surprised they banned it.
I guess I'm not really. I quickly realized why I think they did it.
This was the Fire King Rescue Ace engine
Snake Eye thing.
Snake Eye variants. They just wanted to stop those engines, I guess.
So, I think Snake Eye is it's pretty rough for Snake Eye right now without OSS now, right? It's now Diabell and Wanted don't really do anything now.
Yeah, what is it? Poplar?
It's Poplar,
Poplar gets a Snake Eye Spell Trap, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets you Divine Temple.
Yeah, like the other spell and traps are like not good. What you get dramatic chase?
No, you're not. No, it doesn't. You're not. You're like Snake Eye is now. So Snake Eye got divorced from Fiendsmith when they banned Beatrice, right? And now Snake Eye is pretty much divorced from the Sinful Spoil stuff.
I'm
That
like
makes any sense?
trying to think if there's a line, like ever a line where you can get back into like Poplar getting to something. It's not anymore. I don't think. I don't think you ever can.
It's because OSS is banned now. Like the Azamina stuff is also divorced from them.
Yep.
You know,
Everything
so
like that, that's the
Mm.
link. OSS was the link to do everything. Like that was the bridge, and like even between other archetypes like
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Fire King, and
I'm trying to think if you can go like Poplar, get the original or the
Temple?
I'm sorry, the temple, put that like Ash, and then link off into like Anima, put the Poplar back, send Ash and Poplar for like Flame Snake Eyes Dam Dragon.
Okay.
Can that
You
go
can have a
anywhere? Like you need like
It
one
can
more
go.
body.
You can make Moon with it.
Yeah, you can make
Congratulations.
Moon sequence, and then anything, and then you can go into Princess, bring back Snake Eye Ash. We did it. Still does it.
Wait, it actually does, doesn't it?
oh, that's so dumb.
Does it actually?
That's so
Oh my
dumb.
gosh.
That's
Oh
so
yeah,
dumb.
we cooked. I already cooked the new Snake Eye line. We made it. No, you probably don't get Ash. You get like you probably get Oak. You probably go Oak.
You can bring back Poplar,
Oak,
Oaks, and
Poplar, Oak effect, send away
Princess.
the field spell. No, send the field spell, and then you can get Ash, or you can get Flameberg.
or whatever. Yeah.
The point is
whatever.
you can play. You have like a playable line.
Yeah.
You can go.
Yeah.
You're in there. That's broken.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. We did it.
I'm
We
sick
cooked.
actually. But,
I'm sick. Why is this still
um,
available?
no, it's divorced. It's divorced.
Nope.
Um,
Well, Nick, we said we that we might play Snake
hey,
Eye.
can't you like kind of already do that now with like the Belstar? You go like Poplar, link off, don't activate it, put the Belstar back with its temple,
Yeah, but the
put the
Abelstar
Poplar
sucks.
back, summon it.
What does the Abelstar do now?
Snake Eye Belstar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then just that plus the Anima into the Moon, and then that does it, right?
Well, yeah, but you have to.
No, never mind. You don't have Ash.
Yeah, you
oh,
don't have Ash or Oak. You need something. Yeah.
pogging.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
it's not-
All right. Okay, but I think that the reason they did is because they wanted not to murder Azamina. They wanted to kind of like phase Snake Eye out. And the
yeah,
way you
Snake
don't
Eye.
murder Azamina is by allowing Sinful Spoils stuff to still be around, but not the Snake Eye Sinful Spoils card.
Yes, I agree.
Mhm.
I just don't know what you like. What is Azamina going with now? I mean, like, obviously, like the Centurion deck is still perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
they're going Centurion.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right, so let's talk about that. Let's transition. What wasn't hit on this ban list? Good things and bad things about it. Good
Fine.
things. All right, so I think that that's maybe the way I wanted them to go. That would have been the best case scenario for people moving forward who didn't want to play into Ryziel format, was that they hit Bonfire State to 1, and that was like their move instead of Wanted or Diabel to 1.
Yeah, that was like the given one that I thought a lot of people, that even I included, was thought for sure.
I thought it would make sense for them to do that. It's sort of like how they did it to like Airlifter last December or something. They're like, all right, Airlifter's like knocked down a little, or name some other card that they ticked down slightly, like Unicorn to 2. They did that one time.
Like rather quickly.
Yeah, quick little like, this isn't the archetype itself, but let's knock it down. Like they put Rapier to 2 one time. I remember during Zoo. Like not a big hit, tiny little tap.
Did not hit Fiendsmith at
You
all.
can do that. Okay, that's another one. So Fiendsmith, they did not touch. I actually expected them to.
With the dominance of it too, that's still existing without Lacrima. Like the fusion Lacrima.
Yeah.
With that card being banned, still is like dominant force.
It's dominant. I don't think it's really oppressive, though. I think it's just a good engine in the same. I think if they don't hit it anymore, I think it phases into a good engine thing in the next couple of years in the way that another thing that they didn't hit yet has done, and that's Kashtira. So people have been talking up Kashtira a lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it performed. Like you see it in the Malice lists this time. Well, I think it was the last YCS, was it? They had Kashtira Fiendsmith was a deck, wasn't it?
Yep, that was the big deck of that one that everyone settled on because of all the non-engine. But like,
Yeah,
if
so-
you want to play like the non-engine deck, you're just playing Ryziel. There's no reason to like supplement. Right?
Yeah,
like it's Ryziel.
Right,
against
the
Ryziel,
casting
Kashtira.
was fun and all, but Ryziel's probably way stronger engine.
The one card engines in that deck are like way stronger than in the other ones.
Yeah. So they didn't hit Fiendsmith. They didn't hit Keshtira. They didn't hit Bonfire. And then there's something else. Oh, they didn't hit Centurion, which I mean, I'm not surprised, but I just had this feeling that Konami was going to follow the wave or whatever. Centurion was doing well, like when Pac was doing well with it, and they're just going to hit something just cause or whatever,
Like a small
they didn't do
smackdown.
that
It was
kind of
representing a little bit here and there. It was definitely like making little waves.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5% of the meta. I was like, all right, let's not. Yeah, you know what? If you're going to spend your talent points on something, spend it on Nightmare and not like Primero one or something.
Yeah.
Like fine. You want to go do Dan Nightmare? Go ahead. I'll take that deal over everything in a Centurion card.
I don't. I'm happy originals here because I hate, for anyone who doesn't know, I hate Fire King. I do not like Fire King. It's so annoying to play against. It just feels like it never ends. It's so frustrating. And I'm hoping that this reduces Fire King because I hate playing against it.
You saw the YCS top cut. I don't think there's a single Fire King that made it. So on top of this hit, I think it's done.
Yeah, it's just one of those things I'm happy about that I don't have to worry about Fire King anymore.
So Olkanik's got about like 5 weeks of play.
What about going like back to the YCS? Like Malice just like not like flopped, but it like and pie chart wise, it was not great.
It was about half the representation of Rizio, actually a little less than half of Rizio.
I think you said you had the chart somewhere. Is this it?
It's in Vince's. It's there. So top 32, you have 7 Malice and 14 Rizio.
From Vampire Yu-Gi-Oh. Like we had, what was this? I think the Fiendsmith were Rizios too, right? Or like a couple of them were.
Those are pure Fiendsmith. If you look at the Rizios, it's 10 pure, 4 Fiendsmith, so there's 14.
Oh, okay, 14. Yeah, and only 7 Malice in top 32. So
yeah, and it got worse too. The top 16 Rizio was like 9 out of the 16, so they bumped over.
They crushed it. Rizio just crushed the event completely. Overall, I mean, clearly it ended up winning.
Yeah, I think that's just like we talked about it before. Like Malice has a shutout card in the form of Lancia, where like Rizio, there just isn't really an equivalent one. I mean, D Barrier's one, but that's only matters if you're going second, where Lancia matters in either case.
Yes.
Yeah, and
super matters. That is super relevant all the time. Like Lancia is a blowout on like turn 0. D Barrier is only a blowout if you go second.
Right. Like you do the math on that across a 12-round tournament, that's probably going to cost you a few games here and there, where it won't happen for Rizio.
You could argue it's the 50-50 dice roll, which then would put Rizio 50% higher, 100% higher than Malice. Right?
Yeah, could be, right?
So there's the representation here, like of it being double.
I think go ahead.
I would say Malice is like also a kind of more complicated deck to play. I don't think it's like Rizio is a little bit more straightforward.
I definitely don't think it's solved.
It's not. I'm not saying both of them aren't solved, but Malice is definitely the harder deck to pilot.
Well, so the thing that's going to scare me is that they tend to, with these deck build packs, lately they've been giving like 2 or 3 sets worth of support across time.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Rizio, I'm like, no, we don't need any more,
Yeah. But then there's other archetypes that have gotten it. You're like, why is it still getting support? Like Memento got like a year of support.
Memento got like 4 or 5 sets worth or something. Malice is getting stuff in the future. I'm hoping maybe that'll help it.
Well, yeah, Malice is getting the adding Mister cards, which is so broken.
And Malice cards, supposedly.
Yeah, Malice, actual Malice cards.
Yeah, so they're both in the same set. That's going to be a big jump, I think, for the deck. But I'm afraid that in that set, they might also give them Rizio some stuff, because that.
Yeah, what about Ryuji support? Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I was hoping on the ban list. Another thing that I was hoping that didn't happen, but it was like whatever. To be honest, it was like a Gold Sark to 2, maybe to like push like Malice like in the right direction. I wouldn't be surprised if Konami would push the new decks like that.
Yeah, usually do.
And maybe like try to balance them out. Yeah, Sark is a great card in that deck. It's like a starter extender kind of thing. So I thought it would just be a no-brainer, but they didn't do it. They did in Japan, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it just feels like we're getting pushed into the Malice Rizio format, right? Like,
that's how they always. That's how it always.
Big format shift. We're finally going into a new.
Yeah, we are. I think it's not as hard as I thought it would be. Like, I think that it's just the Rizio Malice cards on their own kind of pushed this in that. And the ban list, I don't think really like did that much to do it. Like, if you look at the Tenpai split there. The spread is like, what is it, 210 pie in the top
Yeah.
32? So all right, you hit that deck, it's like, all right, two of those are out now, whatever. Snake Eye is only one, I
I
think.
mean, look at the ban list,
It's
dude.
like-
It hit the decks back here. This is what it hit.
It did, yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think it like, I don't know. They already didn't exist. It's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So, like that pie chart, like just it still looks like Rizio Malice, and then maybe Fiendsmith, right, right behind it.
Yeah, just depending on what Fiends with
It's
variants.
like maybe like a three deck format or something. I don't know.
We'll see how it goes. Like it's just gonna be like what can play through hand traps the best, right? I think it's the direction that.
Yeah, I know the answer is Rizio, but
that's why it's the best, probably.
it's just like there is no like one hand trap that wrecks it in the way that happens for Shifter Rex Fiendsmith, Lancia Rex Malice. Like there just isn't one for Rizio. It's just like that just like shows it, Snake Eye was that way, like minus Shifter back in like the summer. And that is, they also had like a ton of starter extenders. Rizio has a ton of starters. Like their deck is just starter extenders. It's just kind of insane. I think this is like, these are like hallmark, features of a great deck in the current like game of Yu-Gi-Oh! The last like year. And Rizio just has too many of those marks in favor of it.
Interesting thing, right? So we are going towards a deck of Reg Rizio where it is just making like field spell 2 exceeds, call it a day.
Minimalist board.
Malice is literally just ending on like firewall guys in graveyard. And Fiendsmith is just ending on like Desiree Lackerman in graveyard. I find it really weird that we came from Snake Eye, like gajillion interruptions, gajillion follow up, to we're somehow tracking back to such
simple board, bunch of hand traps.
Yeah, like we're going backwards. It feels like to what people are very much used to.
It's just like whatever wins a game, I think, and you can win a game in more than one way, right? It doesn't have to be like the Giga End board. Like if you go back 2 or 3 years, we had the Giga End boards, the Dragon Link End boards, the based End boards, which like you got
the Molcharmi effect, like the floodgate hand traps, like doing their job of like we are not ending on these giant, like we're not trying to do these big things anymore. We're just trying to keep it very minimalistic.
Yeah, you just do the calculation in your head quick, like right now, and you're like, all right, if I'm building a deck, I'm the Dragunity guy. I just think of this as an example. Nate, and if you're watching, like think of some other combo deck that you're a fan of. Whatever. I can't even think. Like Ubel might even be a good example of this. You're like, all right, I could end on like 8 interrupts. It requires me to run like these like 4 or 5 bricks in the deck, and I have to go through like 8 extra deck cards. And your opponent's like, all right, cool. So you open like 1 or 2 of those bricks. I'm going to drop a flawless on you, and I'm going to draw like 10 cards. So you can't do that. Or you could play Rizio and run like half as many bricks, not end on as big a board, but you don't make them draw a million cards.
You still end on like 2 to 3 interruptions with Detonator, and you have interruptions in hand, not including hand traps that you probably opened.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I don't know what would happen to get the game to go back in the direction of the big end boards. I think they just Molcharmis had to disappear.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say that. I think the only way we go back to those versions of Yu-Gi-Oh again is like Molcharmis getting, at least for Aros, getting heavy-handed. Like, just get it out of here.
Yeah, and I guess do you like that better or no?
I really don't like Ferraros. I don't like any Maxi blanket effect. I don't like anything like that. It's really annoying.
But do you like the effect that it's had, like to reduce the end boards, besides the end boards? I don't know. It's like take Blue Eyes for example. The Blue Eyes discussion is expect not to end on your 2 or 3 level 12s. Expect to end on like seal. I don't know, trap card thing, pass. That's like the Blue Eyes people are talking about right now because you're going to get hit by Fualos or you're going to get hit by whatever.
Yeah, you need like alternative plans. Like they're not always going to have it, but if they do, you need a game plan. There has to be a plan that you're going for. That was the good thing about Centurion was that you had a plan, even if they 4 hours. So you're like, okay, you can at least make a minimal M board, go right into the 12, and then you just have at least a Blazar out, and it's fine. All you have to do is just not die. So if you just cram non-engine in, you are probably fine.
Yeah, I'm a fan of not dying.
But I think it's safe to say the Snake Eye format is finally done, even though we are getting a Snake Eye card next set. I do want to mess around with it because I think this card's really cool.
Yeah, we had talked about that. Yeah,
I will probably end up making something with it because it seems like a really fun card. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much it, right? Like, Tenpai is definitely done, in my opinion. I think Tenpai's dead. Like,
Goodbye.
there's no
Yeah.
way that deck is still flying.
I'm the guy that it's like, saluting over the grave right now.
You're saluting. I'm dancing.
Whatever
We're
it is.
dancing on the grave of Senpai. We're dancing on the grave.
The guy that's like crouching over, like, saluting to the camera is what I mean.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
talking about. He's like waving to the camera, smiling. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm old. I'm
So
tired.
that's gone. Snake Eyes probably, like, definitely gone. Like, all of the fire, like, the year of fire's over, right? That's what we're at. Like, fire's done. Like, you're not playing fire anymore.
At the end of the year, we're done.
Yeah, what's the next year? Are we in the year of water because of Mermail, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know what we're in anymore. Darkness.
Mermail
Darkness?
shark thing. Let's
in
get to
dark
the
again?
year of wind already. Let's go. Come
Yeah,
on.
where's the year of wind? Get my
Yeah,
boy
I'm
wind.
calling on the wind cards already. Let's get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
harpy support
You have
coming.
Warlows. You have Warlows. Get the hell out of here.
Shut up.
I guess
Hey,
we'll see where the format goes. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but if it's gonna be Fiend, Smith, Malice, and Ryzeal, they weren't hit. It's gonna go forward that way. So yeah, we got to deal with that for a while. See how it goes. Anything else you guys want to say before I turn this off?
I got nothing else.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right.
Free cast ruler. Sorry.
Free masterpiece. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know what you think of the new ban list and the way that they announced it down below. Again, I can't give them enough credit. I think that was awesome the way they did it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Please subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.